Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Hong Kong. Good morning. Good morning, Regina and Elaine. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Mary. Hi, Maria. Hi, Kitty. Hi, Marcia. Hi, Marcia. Hi, Nighty. Good morning, Shelly. Good morning, Tokyo. Kitty, you're in Brisbane. Okay. Hi, Lizzie. Hi, Lauren. From Hong Kong. Yes. Hi, Melissa in Sydney. Brandy in the Gili Islands. Yep. Hi, Diana. And June. Hi, June. And there's Lawrence. Hi, LJ. Good morning, Seoul, Korea. Hi, Liz. Hi, Helen. Macau. Victor in Macau. And there's O. Good morning, O. Good morning, Jennifer Kentrup. Thailand, there's Tanya. Deb, you're in Central. Amani, you're in Discovery Bay. Kelly. Hi, Maya in HK. Hello. Hi, Linda. Hi, Bhavna. Bertina in Toronto. Toronto. Morning from Korea. Hi, Korea. Hi, Seoul, Korea. Namaste. Namaste. Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. Yes. Hi, Monica in Singapore. There you are. Yeah, hi. Hi, Cora. Yeah, it's taking longer for the roll call. Hi, Cora. Hi, Karina. Hi, Vivian. Good morning, Michelle from Saikung. There you go. Good morning from Shanghai. Farhana in Shanghai. Hello. Hi, Serene. Hello. Good morning. Yes, so many friends from all over tuning in for this little chit chat we got going. This little morning chit chat we got going. Hi, Christina. Hi, Madison in Hawaii. Hi, Puen from Singapore. Hello. Yeah, great. Okay. Hi, Estelle on the south side. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me again. This morning talk has been very fruitful for me, very helpful for me. Like everyone, hi, Pei and Su Ling. Hello. Hi, Vivian in Washington. Hello, so we all say hello. This time, like this turbulent time, I'm talking to a lot of people, and like one day it's good, one day it's bad, one day it's bad, one day it's good, one day it's flat, one day it's numb, one day it's exciting, one day it's like, who cares? We're good to be alive. Then the next day it's like, oh, I'm in the gutter. And it's like, there is wow. It seems to me that maybe one way we can look at this period of time, this life in the time of Corona, is that it is, hey, Scott Kinnan in Vancouver, it is, this is life in a shrink wrapped. It's like you go to the airport, some of the places in the airport, like I'm thinking of Johannesburg right now, but in the airport, you put you can take your suitcase to the little kiosk, and they put it on this little Lazy Susan, and then they wrap it really fast in like an inch of cellophane plastic to protect it from getting broken into or whatever. I never did that, but I always thought it looked awful, but and it like shrink wraps everything, and it's like this moment in time, it's like our lives have been shrink wrapped. It's like time feels condensed. Certainly our space is condensed. We're bouncing off the walls of our own head and our own heart and our own body. I mean, even doing lots of yoga, there's like, it feels constricted. Everything feels constricted. Hey, buddy. And come say hello. Say hello. 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 There's Dries. And because of that, yoga is hi Betty, yoga is a call. Like it's a call. It's a call to sort yourself out. I mean, this is how I see it. Yoga is a call to sort yourself out. It is hi Maka, hi Maria. It is a call to sort yourself out. And regardless of the circumstances. It's like, how are you today? Oh, well, I'm shit. Or how do you say, oh, I'm great. It's like, however it is, the sorting ourselves out in yoga, to sort ourselves out in yoga is to become balanced. It's to become balanced. It's not to get all high and jazzed and awesome. That's fine too, but that's not the call of yoga. The call of yoga is to become balanced, not manic, not down, not up. It's balanced. Trusting in the wisdom of yoga is trusting in sattvic mind. Back to that, right? That's not the core subject today, but yoga is the means that we use to sort ourselves out. All the rituals in the morning to sort ourselves out. Hi, Faye. Hi, Moy. To sort ourselves out. And sorting ourselves out is a daily task. It's like one day you wake up and you feel great. The next day you don't. And there's a million shades between. And we can't, one of being a yogi is no longer about like waiting till things are bad and then sorting ourselves out. It's like practicing. What does it take to sort myself out? Like, how do I sort myself out today? What is the content that I want to put into my mind, to my body? What kind of movement do I want to do that puts me in a more balanced state? So that when things do go, when you do wake up feeling real crap, you go, well, I know doing some pranayama, I know doing some morning rituals, I know doing some asana is going to help me. I know that. So you don't question it anymore. It's in the preparation for crises that yoga shows its great value. Like taking the phone call. Okay, I'm going to sort myself out a little bit today. Even when you're not that messed up or that out of line, you still do it. It's like, I have good knees. Why would I bother doing who cares doing the warm-ups? Why bother doing, Virasana or Baddha Konasana or Janshasana? Well, because you work with it subtly, because if things do go wrong, you know what to do. You have these means to use to sort yourself out. Okay, so yoga is the call to sort yourself out. And yoga is not just asana. Yoga is all of these rituals that we use, that do sort ourselves out. And marking them in our calendar, giving us a routine, a sacred timeline through the day. It's like, we get caught less off guard. Today, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Today is, today's talk is on gardening the mind. Gardening the mind. Like a gardener. Like a gardener puts their fingers in the soil and pulls out the weeds. Gardening the mind, becoming a gardener. The mind has many levels to it. In the philosophy of yoga, there's different levels of the mind. Good morning, May in Italy. But the mind, we're going to consider two main subjects of the mind today. One is observation, the observational mind. And that is the capacity to observe what is and what is happening. Like it is what it is. It is what it is. And this observational quality of our mind is there. We have this quality of attention, but then there tends to be an arrogant leader that lives in front of this observational mind. and that is perception. The perceptual mind is like in yoga, in the tradition of yoga, you call it like, I'm taking a leap here. It's like Maya, the illusion, the stories. Perception is where we get weedy. We get weedy in the garden of our mind. We get weedy. There becomes weeds. And sometimes the weeds look like flowers or vegetables or crops, but they're weeds. The weeds are false perceptions of who we are and of how things are. I have a few friends that are really deeply into the conspiratorial ideas about society and about how things are and the way things are. Like there are these things that are going on. We can't see them, but it's definitely happening. Even, well, leave it at that. So like, and I find if I go into these stories, it pulls me into a place of deep mistrust. Like I don't trust reality. Like, oh no, it's working a different way. Someone else is in control, you don't know it. And I find my anxiety goes up and my worries go up and my stories become more and more elaborate and the weeds in my garden of my mind start to take over. And yoga, the sharp sword of yoga is about cutting the perceptions away from the observation. The observation is like, how is it? Like, what is it? Asana is an amazing example of this. Asana is an amazing example. We can use lots of examples, but like asana, yoga asana is an amazing example because you go into a pose and whether you can do it or not is a reality. That's an observational moment. Like, can you go into handstand or padmasana or what have you? And if you can't, like if we can't, where the perception arises is when we say, I can't because. I can't do it because I fell off a bike when I was 9 and I twisted my knee and that's why I can't do lotus pose at 45 years old. Or I can't get my arms straight because I played a lot of tennis over my life or because of this, and then there's the story. I observe myself and all the stories that come up like every day. It's like why something is somehow becomes more important to my mind or my ego than what it is. It's like the storyline around things. The difference between observation and perception. The ability to observe, to live into life, to live into practice, to live into whatever, and to let go of the perception, the story, to dissolve the attachment of trying to like tell the story of why or, why we're like this or why it's like this. And just becoming more clearer with how things are, what things are. It's interesting because our perception becomes the storyteller and the story starts to build in within it, starts to build in like what we want. The perception of our body, our mind, our life, within that deeper perception, we start to like try to gather information and make a story about why things are. Why don't people like me? Why am I not successful? And then we tell ourselves all these stories. Why am I, so tired? Or why am I so unhappy? Or why am I, all these things that like we all face. Like I face all of that. And as we're telling a story, within that, we build into it what we want. what I want comes out of this storyline, and we're gathering information. We build what we want. And then what happens, which is so shitty, is that then we start following our wants. We all kind of like chase our wants. But the wants were so deeply produced by this perception of the story that we're telling. We're gathering information, trying to tell a story rather than reality. So often what we want is not what we need to be free and to be truly fulfilled and all that. You know, it's a bummer. Am I being depressing? It's a bummer because what we want so often comes out of this superficial storyline of our perceptive awareness. And then what we want blinds us to what is actually happening. And it negates our ability to be powerful and to work with reality like straight up and be like, and in any moment or any day to break free of it a bit. If we just crawl and chase our wants, we have no idea what is deeper than that unless we stop. And we test ourselves, test the theory. What are the main stories I'm telling myself today? What are the main stories about, all the problems that are happening with my body, with my mind, with my emotions, with my money, my financial worries, the looking ahead? Oh my God. How can we de-escalate? How do we de-escalate? De-escalate. Well, we have to adjust the way that we value things. We have to, it is in our best interest to put more value on our ability to observe things without telling a story, without judging and creating a whole storyline. We have to give more value to this amazing, vast space of simple observation. Like, stretch your legs straight in a pose. Stretch your arms straight in a pose. Kick up. Like my teacher, he never says try. He's like Yoda. There's no try. You just do it. You do it or don't do it. But there's no try. It's like, try to stretch your legs straight. No, stretch your legs straight. Yeah, but my leg doesn't go. There's the perceptive awareness in the story, in the weeds. Yeah, but it's like, we're not after the results. We're after the process, to be fully in the process of being awake, being alive to reality, not the fantasy, not the story. Yesterday's talk was on forgiveness. There was we talked about pain and our relationship to pain. And this is a carryover. Because when we're in pain, our mind immediately tells a story of why we're in pain. And so often, it's been my experience and thousands of students I watch, that the story we're telling ourselves about why I'm in pain is usually not true. Like, maybe it's just a different story. But like, why do you feel this way today? Well, it's because, and then the feeling goes away. And you're like, but that thing that was happening that was apparently causing the feeling is still there, but the feeling's gone. So that may be not the reason for that feeling. Well, yeah, maybe you're right. Things are coming and going. Some things there is no story to. The sun rises and sets. Like, no one's chanting Om to wake the sun up. It just comes up and goes down. It's like, there's no story. It's just, that's nature. Okay, it's sacred and beautiful and all that, but it's just nature. That's it. The tide rises and the tide falls. And so do we. And when it's so powerful, it's so beautiful to start to recognize this difference and to start to see, oh my God, I'm an amazing storyteller. Holy crap. I am a freaking amazing storyteller. And I love storytelling. I love good storytellers too. Like, I'll sit rapt with attention, listen to someone tell a story, even if the story is full of shit, even if it's totally full of shit. I'm like, who cares? Just tell me. I love the narrative of explaining life. I love it. But when you catch yourself telling yourself stories all day about why that person doesn't like you, or they were mean to me and why, or or I don't like that, or I'm not good, and I'll tell you telling myself why. We build this crazy weed production line in our mind, and it covers us like some strange monster. So we got to be a gardener. We got to be a gardener. We have to be a gardener and garden the mind. Take the weeds out of the mind. The mind. One of the questions we could ask is like, can I forgive all the perpetrators that exist in my stories? All the stories, that guy, that girl, me, my dad, my old boss, like the Chinese government, my neighbor. Can I forgive all the perpetrators that live in my stories? Maybe you can't forgive them all, but maybe you take a chance and you go, maybe I'll forgive all those perpetrators and start the stories again, or maybe clear the stories out completely. Just like stop the narrative. No more chapters to that story. You know what I mean? Like no more chapters. Like let's start fresh. Maybe there's a new narrative. You know what I mean? Star Wars finally ended this year. That was the last one, right? I cried. You cried too? I cried. Star Wars is amazing, but now it's complete. It's so valuable to have the story complete and send it away. Like be done with that story. Falling off the bike when you were 9 is not probably for sure, but it's for sure. Falling off the bike at 9 is not why you can't do Virasana at 45. It's not. But the mind will hold us back from being fully present and active in the process by saying, yeah, but no, that's not for me. Not that one, because I got this other thing. Like I'm a Pisces. Like that doesn't work. It's like, capturing that story and going, you know what? That was a great narrative. Finishing it and it's over. Goodbye. And putting it down, starting fresh. Clearing the story. When we clear stories, one of the beautiful things about this process is that when you start to clear the stories, there is a huge, huge power, potential awareness that we have been blinded to. We can't see it. We don't even know it's in there because of this ongoing story. And that when you clear that story, you start to recognize, wow, maybe what I want is not what's best for me because that's coming out of these stories. And when you start to question what you want and clear stories away, you start to take a different aim. You start to point a slightly different target. Direction is more important than speed. Slow the weeds of the mind. Slow them down. Pull them out. Direction is more important than speed. Cultivating our minds. Gardening the mind. Weeding the mind. Observational awareness has the power to free us from the weight, the heaviness of our false perceptions and our, all this stuff. Just, what I think a good way to practice this is like describing things without an assessment, describing things without an evaluation. Like practice again is the place for us, right? Practice is where there's no good and there's no bad. How was your practice? It was so good, or it was so bad. It's like, even that is building weeds in the mind. Like, who's to say that was a bad practice? Who's to say feeling good is necessarily progressive for our value? It's like working through stuff. Whoa, that was tough, man. Oh my God, that was so tough. It was tough. But you don't tell a story about it. It's like, well, it is what it is. And you do what you do. It is what it is, and you do what you do. Intentionality is satisfying. Remember, when you have an intention to have a quality of observational awareness and not tell a story about all the shit, not tell these lengthy stories, and you just restrain yourself, moderate yourself from delivering this assessment, this evaluation, and you just live in the thing. You live in the thing. It happened. Did it. Not assessing, not filling more reviews. You just go in it. And you watch what happens as you retreat away from the perceptive narrative and you live more into this beautiful, abiding state of wisdom. There is deep wisdom that lives inside that observational awareness. Stop the storyline. Be free from having to rate yourself and rate everyone and rate everything. Be free of that and see what happens. See what happens. Test the theory, people. Test it out. These concepts have been passed down by masters for centuries, and they probably had something to say if they continually worked for people generation to generation and they landed in our lap. So, that's it. Hope this is valuable. I'm going to practice now. I'm going to do 1 hour practice level 2 on Pure Yoga Facebook. I'm going to do live practice Pure Yoga Facebook. And I'm going to be back here tomorrow at 9:30. Talking again. Just talking and chitty chat. All this time we have to consider things. Just how to be free from our storylines. It's hard work. Just even practice today. Just practice today. Not evaluating, not giving a gold star or a black X. Just being in it. Just be in it. Just live in it. Just about your body, about your mind, about your meal, about your practice. Just be in it. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, I love you guys. I will see you here again tomorrow. Keeping it real. Hi, Faye. Hi, Allie. I will leave you with Mount Kailash, the great axis of the universe. Muhammad Ali. The greatest. Okay? See you guys soon. Send you love.